He said, hey, look, we were watching a race, and he said, hey, there's a 99% chance that you don't make it. He's like, I don't want to set you up for disappointment thinking you're going to make it to NASCAR. I don't want you to be upset or ticked off at the world, whatever. 12-year-old me said, hey, I want to at least give it a shot. 12-year-old you would have loved to be where you're at right now.
Right.
It was pretty much on accident. I tell people all the time, like, it was not meant to be. There was no direct pathway. Pretty much went to a go-kart track with a couple of my friends, and I loved it. Purely for fun, no intention of trying to chase the dream. I was like, hey, I want to keep coming back and just clock laps, not even race, just make laps around the racetrack. He took me to the Daytona 500 in 2017 when Kurt Busch won it, and I watched how that race unfolded from start to finish. I left that day and I was like, I want to try to go do what they did. This is not going to be a hobby. This is me going to try to chase the dream. And he's like, that's great. I'm not going to pay for all that. I can't pay for all that. He's like, you need to go figure out how to sell yourself and chase sponsors. But you need to start cold calling, cold emailing companies to see if you can get to the next level. But you got to start these relationships now. That's exactly what we did, and I had no idea what I was doing.
Love that.
I basically was sending emails just saying, hey, you want to be on a race car, but not understanding the other value that I needed to bring. Thankfully, enough partners came to me and were like, hey, we believe in you. We understand what you're trying to do, where you want to go. We'll give you a shot. Thankfully, enough partners came to me and were like, hey, we believe in you. We understand what you're trying to do, where you want to go. We'll give you a shot. And lo and behold, I got a full deal to go run the NASCAR Weekly Series at Hickory Motor Speedway, which is one of the most legendary tracks. I did the full season there, and lo and behold, we won 4 races that year. We finished second in the championship, Rookie of the Year, and Most Improved Driver that year. Go figure, right on the start, we lost, I think, 3rd gear, and had to go pit under green. The team that I was with, Light Motorsports, told me, hey, just go out there and learn. And the more we learn, the more we're going to be more prepared for the future, We went from, I think, last in a 25-car field to, up towards the top 10, but we were multiple laps down. Unfortunately, it didn't mean that much, but it was the fact that we went out and learned. So I learned how to pass cars. I learned how to, save tires. It's just being able to maximize opportunities and situations even when they're not the most ideal. Very next week, I won my first ever race. I was, living in guest bedrooms and other stuff like that, not having really a place to call home for a while. Everybody told me, hey, if you're going to make it, you got to move to North Carolina. That's home base in NASCAR. And I was working from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6, 7 at night. And then I would send sponsorship emails after I was done working. Just trying to get an opportunity, and then trying to email companies and see if we can get some races together. I was questioning, was the move worth it, because I was doing all this stuff and I had no time for myself. The year that I moved up was probably one of our tougher years in finding partners. And like I said, if you don't find enough partners for enough races, you're not going to be in the seat very long. So it was more like a couple months, because I'm like, man, I'm not really, landing much, and I don't have much lined up for the years I thought. Scott Osteen gave me an opportunity to drive for his startup team, and that was a little bit tough too. Like I said, going from established teams to a startup team, and your goals and expectations change a lot. Ultimately,
It was the right
excelling at that opportunity was ultimately what got me an opportunity in the O'Reilly Series the very next year. You know, my name got brought up in more and more conversations, and I got an opportunity to do, I think, 12 races last year in the O'Reilly Series, and then got some opportunities in trucks as well. And 2025 was kind of a breakout year because, again, it wasn't a huge step, you know, in the O'Reilly Series last year, but it was a step. And we excelled at the opportunity, and in the situations that I was dealt, you know, like I said, it wasn't the greatest, but we made it happen. And ultimately now I'm with DGM Racing, which is, again, another step up from where I've been. And it doesn't matter how big or small the opportunity is, try to take it and take advantage of it. And then just try to excel the best that you can. Mason took this car that normally runs 30th and brought it up into the top 25. And, you know, that's something to, you know, recognize, because you're outperforming your equipment, you're making the most of the opportunity. And just be ambitious and don't be afraid to, you know, tackle every angle in order to try to get to the next step. Whether that's, you know, chasing partners or, you know, introducing yourself to team owners or people that are could potentially help you get to that next step. And also just don't get, you know, butt hurt over, in a sense. You know, you're gonna have a lot more no's than you are yeses. So it's important to still keep your head down and being able to drive till you get that yes. There's going to be a lot of setbacks, and there's going to be a lot of times where you're questioning, well, should I be doing this or should I go to plan B? Well, if I've learned anything, plan B, when plan A isn't going very smooth, plan B slowly turns into plan A. If you got a goal and you've got an ambition and you know that you have the resources to make it happen, make sure that plan A is 100% going to be the plan. 12-year-old you would have loved to be where you're at right now. So just
and that's
enjoy
such clear perspective.